We've all been there. It's easy to mistake a crush for love. This is a fairly common occurrence as both of them bear a lot of resemblance to each other initially. But it's crucial to know that there are major differences between the two. A lot of times, people think of crushes as being a part of love. But only when you've experienced both, you'll realize they cannot coexist. There may be instances where you're convinced you're in love with someone just because they're amazing and you can't stop thinking about them. But the truth is that most of these times, the intensity that comes with really liking someone is actually not love. It's simply a crush. And in today's video, we'll tell you the major differences between crushing and actually falling in love with someone. From jealousy, fights over small issues, sacrifices, meaningful conversations to grudges and more. Watch until the end to learn about all of them. Number 1. How it hits you. Love is a slow and precise process. It comes slowly at first, then it hits you all at once, and you're a goner. This is because to fall for someone truly, you have to actually get to know them. We know you're probably wondering, but what about love at first sight? Well, love at first sight is actually what you call a crush. It doesn't matter how strong the feelings are or the power of your conviction that the person is the one. Crushing hits you fast and hard, so if you feel something intense that fast, don't just call it love. Number 2. Level of connection. Crushing on someone is usually because of their physical attributes you're drawn to inexplicably. Seldomly is there emotionally fueled connection. But true love is based on a bond that transcends the physical. When you're attracted to their intellect as much as their body, you can say that you're experiencing genuine love. Number 3. Jealousy. This is a sure sign of a crush. Feelings of jealousy come from a place of distrust and betrayal. You should never have to feel that way, and it's a sure sign that this is a crush. When you love someone, you have to establish a connection that is founded in trust and respect. You'll be less prone to irrational thoughts and concerns because the feelings you have are deeper and more genuine. Number 4. The type of a person you become. When has a crush ever made you feel like you're growing as a person? When have you ever experienced a sense of maturity and in-depth knowledge with a crush? Love, however, makes you grow and evolve as a human being. It simply makes you want to be better and do better. And in turn, you slowly start to become a kinder, more sympathetic human being. Number 5. The driving force. Love is driven by a desire to be together through everything, good or bad. At the very heart of it all should be a strong friendship foundation which makes this perpetuating force work. With crushes, on the other hand, there really isn't a distinct driving force. You like this person for no good reason, and you'll continue to experience this feeling until some random and almost always irrelevant thing stops you. Maybe it's how he ties his shoelaces, or how she always sniffs her food before she tastes it. Crushes are fickle like that. Number 6. The little things. With a crush, there's a tendency to make a big deal out of the smallest issue. Anything like that can rattle you with such ease. Love simply lets it go. Why? Because you're in love. You can see the big picture. The small stuff is just a part of life. We all have our quirks and love embraces them. Number 7. A sense of security. With a crush, you never know where you stand. One day you're feeling up, the next you're feeling all the way down. It plays with your mind and makes you question it all. Love doesn't play with your mind the way a crush does. It's solid and firm. It doesn't make you feel like you're losing sight of yourself, because it's the thing that makes you feel like your best self. Number 8. Sacrifices. Love means wanting the best for the other person, even when that means that you have to lose them. It means being ready to sacrifice your comfort and needs to help them achieve whatever they want. It could be moving with them to a new country as they pursue their career dreams. Maybe you need to give up meat while she tries a new vegan diet she heard about. With crushes, it's unlikely you'll ever think of the other person's needs. Don't worry, this doesn't mean that you're a monster, it's just how crushes work. If you do wish them well, it's likely because of your general human nature. Number 9. How to see the other person. Another great factor to help you determine whether you have a crush or a feeling of love and vice versa is to determine whether you're putting the person on a pedestal. Is he or she perfect in your eyes? Do you find yourself using superlative adjectives every time you describe them? When you have a crush, the other person often appears to be flawless and the absolute gold standard in relationships. When you love someone, you don't really think in those terms. You love the person for who he or she is, the good and the bad alike. It's more about feeling emotionally safe and connected than it is about being perfect. Number 10. Tackling disagreements. All couples have disagreements, but do you find yourself quarreling over little things? When you have a crush, it's more likely that this will happen. They give you a false sense of expectation, and when the other person doesn't meet your expectations, you may be annoyed. When you love someone, you love them for who they are, and you respect them, even when you disagree with them. You may have disagreements, but they won't be petty and unkind. Number 11. Insecurities. When you have a crush on someone, you might find yourself feeling like you have to cancel plans to be available for the other person. This is a result of insecurity because a crush is founded in idealism, not in reality. When you love someone, you'll never feel pressured to make choices. Your partner will respect you and want you to keep your commitments, and you won't feel as though you have to sacrifice yourself to keep his or her interest. Number 12. Meaningful conversations. When you finally get the chance to talk to your crush, sometimes the conversations could get flirty. That's because you're trying to win the person over to get their attention towards you. But of course, not everyone does it, especially for shy guys. But for those who do, you'll try to impress them and make yourself memorable for them. Plus, there's a lot of mind games being thrown at the person. Technically speaking, you're playing games with them. When it comes to love, you'll have deep and meaningful conversations with the person you love. The quality of conversations is so much better. The way in which you converse with others can help you understand the difference between crush and love. Number 13. Hot and cold feelings. If you find that you adore someone one minute and despise them the next, you probably have a crush. Crushes are rooted in an unrealistic image of something the other person symbolizes, and when he or she doesn't live up to that image, your feelings might drop fast. On the other hand, when you love someone, your feelings are steady. You don't need to question how you feel because you might be annoyed with him or her, but you never question your feelings of love. Number 14. Grudges. When your partner makes a mistake, do you find that it's hard for you to let it go? This is a sign that you have a crush. When you love someone, you're able to forgive and move on. When two people develop deeper feelings for one another, they may still disagree, but love allows for understanding and forgiveness. Number 15. Your expectations from them. With love, you want your partner to care for you just as much as you care for them. You want to spend as much time with this person as you can spare and maybe even spend your life together. You want them to be honest about who they are and open about what they want in a relationship. With crushes, on the other hand, you probably just want one thing: for the other person to notice you and probably like you back. Maybe you notice some "are we more than friends" signs? Make up your mind to avoid any suffering. Number 16. Us against the world. In a crush, you'll feel it's us against the world. You'll forget the other people in your life and focus on just each other, choking your social life. But love brings you two closer and also retains the closeness of other relationships. It wins over your friends and family to support the two of you. Did you ever have a crush on someone which later turned out to be love, or vice versa? Did things work out well? Let us know in the comment section below.